This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Monday, January 13th. I'm here with Stephanie, Brandon, Erica. I'm Jeff. The whole crew is here.
Yes.
Let's have a great week, guys.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's kick it off. The Oscar nominations are out, and there's no stopping Joker. It got 11 nominations. That's more than any other movie. It got Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor for Joaquin Phoenix, just to name a few. The Irishman also got 10 nominations, all the big categories, but Robert De Niro was snubbed. Uh-oh. And the Academy barely escaped an Oscar so white controversy. Cynthia Erivo was the only person of color, man or woman, to be named in an acting category. She's up for Best Actress in Harriet. And Greta Gerwig was snubbed for Best Director, even though her movie Little Women was nominated for Best Picture. Ironic. And actress Issa Rae summed it up when she announced the nominees. Check this out.
Parasite, Bong Joon-ho.
Nice.
I did it. Thank you so much.
You did it.
Congratulations to those men. And finally,
I love her.
There you
Issa
go.
Rae is like my spirit goddess. So she had this very famous red carpet moment. Do we have a clip of that? Okay, so it's clearly there was a concerted effort to include her for a reason, because everybody knows that Issa Rae just says what is on her mind and that she does not filter herself for any reason. So during this red carpet moment, she was asked, "Who are you rooting for?" And she looked and said, "Everybody black." So when you have someone like that announcing the nominees, you know that you don't know what's going to happen. And they just made that decision consciously. So there you go.
Well, I want to talk about someone who got snubbed.
All right.
J-Lo.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Wait.
So, right, let's all be honest. At the start of the year, okay, I went to go see Hustlers, the movie. I went to the premiere and I did a review for it on the show. Was it the most outstanding film I've ever seen? No, absolutely not. Was the storyline good? No, it pretty much bored me to tears. But J-Lo was a phenomenal actress in it.
I
think she played a very good role and character. You know, was it inspirational? No, but she was great.
You really thought she was that good that she should have been up for an Oscar?
I reckon she could have been nommed. So at the start of the year, we were giving it all this. I myself was. She's going to be nominated. I didn't think she was going to win. I never said she was going to win, let's be honest. But I thought she'd have been up there. We saw the Golden Globes come, and she got nominated and she didn't get it. But I was happy with that. I wasn't happy with the dress, but I was happy with the nomination. And then, just nothing.
And she also won.
I was very sad about
I just feel as though we hyped her so much, and
But
what we forget is Jennifer Lopez's first love is acting. She never actually was bothered about being a singer. All she cared about was acting, and she just didn't get a role and then ended up singing.
I think you're a little too close to J-Lo. That's what
I just feel like it was just give the girl a chance.
You're being a hustler right now. I want to go back to Cynthia Erivo, though, because when she was nominated, she's nominated for 2 Oscars, one for Best Actress and also Original Song in Harriet. And if she wins, she becomes the youngest EGOT winner in history, which I think is great. And she's only the 11th black woman, black actress nominated in the 92 years of the Oscars. So if she wins, she becomes the second
this category.
Ever. In this category, yes, you're right. In this category.
Wait a minute.
In this category. But I also want to throw a shout out to the athletes that are involved, because Matthew Cherry,
there we go, buddy,
for animated film is Hair Love right here. Erica, you should check this out. You love it.
I have watched it a million times.
I was thinking of you when I saw it. And if he wins, he becomes the second professional athlete other than Kobe Bryant who won it in the same in the same category.
Hair Love was awesome.
One of my former teammates, Andrew Hawkins, is the executive producer for it. So shout out to you guys, more than an athlete. And what's up with that next role? I could use some work.
Be London working on his EGOT. You need the E, the G, the O, and the T.
Yeah.
All right, guys. The Critics' Choice Awards can sometimes predict Oscar winners. Can they? Well, that's what Quentin Tarantino is hoping for. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood took home the Best Picture award last night, but we got to talk about Kristen Bell and her empowering acceptance speech for this is an award, #SeeHer award. Let's watch.
To me, being a woman is not about being brave or being strong or being powerful. It's not about being anything specific. Women have been conditioned to fit into boxes, usually tiny, pretty, sparkly boxes. The idea of womanhood is someone who sheds the perfect little box and owns their complexity.
I really love Kristen Bell, and the reason why is because she just really is who she is, and I think that people see themselves in her. She's talking about something.
And I hope I did, and I hope I made you proud, my man.
Hey, look.
They playing you on somebody else. Don't you dare play Erica.
It's award season.
Yeah, I think that the #SeeHer is very important because what she's describing is how most of us were brought up. Like, don't be too this, but definitely don't be too that. Like, if you do this, it'll ruin you for the rest of your lives. Like, that's just kind of the way that we were brought up as women and young girls in this very regimented way. And I think that now there is this focus on transparency and really being true to who you are, because doing anything else is just freaking exhausting. So there isn't a way to be the perfect girl, the perfect woman, the perfect female in power. There's no way to do that. And that's what she's saying. Like, we're writing our own stories in real time, so we get a chance to connect with each other authentically.
I can't top what she just said, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Does she empower you? Do you look up to Kristen Bell in some sort of way?
Oh, no, I love her. You know, I didn't used to like her a few years ago. I used to find her a little annoying. I don't know why, but more recently, since The Good Place, I've just fallen in love with her. Have you seen The Good Place?
No, but I mean, I do know of her and her husband Dax with their podcast. They're very open about everything in their life. So I do applaud her for that, because I think transparency is the biggest thing that get people to relate to you, and I think that's why she won that award.
Definitely.
All right, guys, don't miss Stephanie's fashion roundup later in the show from the Critics' Choice Awards. You don't want to miss that. Some good-looking and not-so-good-looking people, I should say. All right, guys.
Damn, Jeff.
Transparency. That's what we just said.
Truth.
All right, this is another one for Steph. Will Harry and Meghan actually move to L.A.? That's the latest speculation in the Megxit drama everyone is talking about. They could make the move, but if and only when President Trump is out of office. And this old clip, if this old clip is any indication, a move to L.A. could happen. Watch. Okay, that was Harry talking to the CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, at the Lion King premiere last year. I'm just going to be transparent
Put
again.
it out there, Jeff.
Come on, this was a little embarrassing.
Why?
Nah, it actually wasn't. Go on, tell me why.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you why. This was embarrassing. First of all, you're royalty. You don't need to be kissing up to Bob Iger, okay? Second of all, your wife is right there talking to Beyonce and stuff. It's not like she's dropping her demo tape to Jay-Z. You don't.
That's not embarrassing. He's hustling. He's promoting his life.
No, you have people for that.
No.
This is embarrassing.
It's like a once-in-a-lifetime moment that you're in the same place at the same time, and that's sometimes when the stars align. And you know what? He got her a job because Meghan's actually been the voice for an animation for Disney, which was
because he got bullied into it.
Which was recorded at Christmas, and because she's part of the royal family, she couldn't take payment for it, so she donated it to an animal sanctuary for elephants in particular. So you know what? He hustled hard for it, and he got the gig.
To drop a demo tape to Jay-Z if I want to be a rapper?
No,
you're not looking.
Not
I don't
you.
think you're looking at.
Why? What if my wife does?
Well, not you, because you're not in that room. Like, to be really honest about it, everybody in that room, exactly, not yet, you're absolutely right. Everybody in that room has something. It's not like he came to her or came to him. And plus, it's Bob Iger, who has an amazing story about his decision to follow what the path is. And when it's your path and it's your dream and what really fills you, then you feel dead without it. So all he was doing was having a conversation with someone who could relate to the situation that his wife was in some capacity. And really networking. Networking is done very often not in the boardroom. It's done on golf courses, in restaurants, in back rooms, and people's homes. So when you're in that circle of people who are very much like you, then that's when things happen. And I think that he's just being a great partner.
I think that is husband goals. That is husband
he wasn't going
goals.
to a casting director or director. That's Disney. That's the man of Disney.
That's worse.
That's the head Mickey Mouse in charge.
He wasn't saying, you know, give Megan a chance. Go on. Here,
Yes, he did. Did you see the way he said?
He said you should be interested.
He goes, I'm surprised you didn't know that. Don't you know? It was embarrassing. If my wife did that, I'm being honest with you. If my wife was talking to the CEO of Disney and I finally got to meet Bob Iger and I was like, and I'm talking to, you know, Bay and Jay, we're kicking. What'd you do? Nah, I just cooked it. And then we're just talking. And I heard her say, like, hey, Jeff's interested in Disney roles. I'd be like, hold on, what are you doing? That's embarrassing.
No.
I have people for that.
Wow.
Do you think that having Meghan Markle on a Disney film isn't going to generate more interest and have people come in?
I believe it's a win-win. But I believe having your agent call Disney and say,
don't have
guess
agents.
who's moving back to LA?
All of these moves were done on the DL, remember?
Yeah,
no one was supposed to know. So that was the appropriate way to have that conversation. If it weren't for the hot mic behind him, we wouldn't even be having any conversation about it.
I'm with them, Jeff.
All right, it's 3 against 1. I'm just telling you, this might come up later. Something might come up later. Something was fishy and I didn't like it.
It's not fishy. It's the way
He was
things
begging
are
for a
done.
job for his wife.
Things are just different. No.
You're royalty. Act like it. You know what I mean?
What is he supposed to do?
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Be like,
They're
Bobby,
trying to be
kiss
less
the
like.
ring, buddy.
Oh.
All right, I'm just trying to make a point. I'm losing. DBL is live, and coming up, a Denzel Washington thriller is coming to TV. Tori Shulman chats with the star of Lincoln Rhyme, Hunt for the Bone Collector. And we've got all the looks from the Critics' Choice Awards. Stephanie reveals her best dressed picks when we come back.
Jeff's still, we're still on this. But look,
It was bad.
But listen, this can help.
Thank you. Somebody agrees with me.
I'm half and half, Jeff. I'm half and half.
You agree with me too, Chris, don't lie.
Just look, this is a great business deal for Bob. If you have Meghan Markle attached to some project.
It's not the right place.
But that's where they do these things. That's where they handshake and they talk to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, but it's the same. I went back. No one's taking my example of if you drop the demo tape
to Jay-Z.
To Jay-Z, that would be embarrassing. That's the same thing of dropping Megan's name to the CEO.
So don't give a physical demo tape, but if you're like, oh yeah, she sings as well. I don't know.
You don't
if
think
you
that'd
guys
be
looking for a baritone or a tenor?
If he went up to Jay-Z and goes, hey, Megan really wants to get into rap game, you don't think that'd be embarrassing?
I think the wording. It's all about the wording because that's what they all do.
Exactly.
There's
That'd be
a
embarrassing.
voiceover actress. She was
Listen,
a working actress.
I'm sticking on this one.
No, I get what you're saying.
It
Because
was
earlier
weird.
in the day, you were like, if, let's say I had a friend of mine come to a DBL holiday party and they're pinned one of our producers on the side, like, hey, I host, I can do this. I would be embarrassed as the friend. I would go over there and be like, hey, what are you doing? Leave my producer, leave my boss alone. So I get what you're saying, but these are two different.
I don't know.
This is
Meghan Markle,
different things.
ever since she came onto the spotlight with Prince Harry, has been thought of as a Disney character. What more appropriate person?
No, I get it. It's a win-win, but I just don't like I think she could have got the job another way, not by Harry stopping somebody in the lobby. You know what I mean? And be like, hey, my wife would be perfect for this job. That's just, I don't know. It's a little embarrassing. It's a little embarrassing for me.
You secure the bag together, okay? Secure that bag together.
I don't know what that means, but I want part of that bag.
money. Get that money.
That's your wife.
money.
Y'all trying to build something. You know you're about to Megxit. Yeah, you secure that bag, Harry. Secure it.
If you want to be
4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to DBL. The Critics' Choice Awards were last night, so we've got to talk about the hottest red carpet looks. So Zendaya is straight out of a sci-fi space movie with this metallic breastplate. I mean, let's be real, the price is pretty out of this world too. It's $15,000. But Hold up, haven't I seen this somewhere before? Oh yeah, only Gwyneth Paltrow wore it for the cover of Harper's Bazaar in the February show. So who wore it best? I know who my money's on. And Billy Porter was nominated for Best Actor in a drama series for Pose. Gotta be honest, I wasn't really feeling the seafoam green dress, but I am here for the hand-painted butterflies all over his chest and arms. So they're meant to represent a metamorphosis, which for him means freedom. Cute. And Anne Hathaway was a vision, looking gorgeous in gold Versace sequins and that plunging V neckline. The V should stand for va-va-voom. I mean, what a babe. And J-Lo is learning that less is more. She looks like a goddess in form-fitting golden satin. And don't be fooled by the rocks that she's got. She's drowning in Harry Winston's diamonds instead of too much fabric, like last week back at the Golden Globes. It was a bad look, wasn't it? What do you guys reckon?
Let's talk about Billy Porter, honey, because he brought Pray Tell to life. This was, the category is Princess and the Frog Velocity. Furosity at the Critics' Choice Awards, honey. Yes, teach and serve the children.
I saw that stuff and I thought those were his real tattoos. I'm like, I didn't know he had that many tattoos.
I love it, and I love that he came up with this whole reason behind it. And I mean, someone's painted those on. That took some time, and he does look good. Let's be honest, he does. He's rocking it.
He does.
I mean, that's a Pray Tell moment. Pray Tell's his character on Pose on FX, and if you haven't watched it, you better get with the program because it is everything.
Uh-oh. And Steph, I know you're biased towards J-Lo, obviously.
Yes.
She looked good. I like the toned down look.
Let's have a little look. Let's pull it up. Have we got J-Lo looking her? Look, this is a regular J-Lo look, isn't it? You know, she's like nice and toned, and it's all like tight and body huggy figgy. I can't even say it. Hugger figging? Figure hugging. She looks that bloody good. I can't even get the words out of my mouth. I'm practically drooling looking at her. Let's be honest.
See, when you're that pretty, you're right, Steph. When you're that pretty,
she
less is more.
always looks good. Let's be honest. Unless there's a bow, in which case you can leave it at home.
Exactly. All right, Steph, you nailed it once again. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
I was looking for a welcome, but that's okay. Coming up on DBL, a Denzel Washington thriller is coming to TV. Tori Shulman chats with the stars of Lincoln Rhyme, Hunt for the Bone Collector. That's next.
At least 12 people are dead this morning after crazy weather ripped through the southern part of the country. More than 30 million Americans were affected by a fast-moving storm that brought rain, snow, and even tornadoes. This is video from South Carolina where you can see the aftermath of a tornado that ripped through Kershaw County. And the threat for storms isn't over yet. We're expected to see severe weather coast to coast in the next coming days. I'll keep you updated. Just in on the 2020 presidential race, Senator Cory Booker has just ended his campaign. This comes just weeks before the Iowa caucuses, where polling showed he was not one of the top candidates there. He made the announcement on Twitter this morning saying he feels proud of what he's built. Now, the 7th Democratic debate is tomorrow night, so we'll see how everything plays out. DBL Nation, who do you like in the race for president? Let me know using the hashtag dbltake. This has been Fast Blast for you. Make sure you tune in throughout the day on our digital breaks. We'll bring you all the breaking news and developing stories throughout the day. Bye now.
Love dogs but find yourself uncontrollably sneezing around them? There might be a solution that's a lot easier than allergy shots. Opt for a girl dog. Let's connect the dots. An allergist in Boston says 30% of people with dog allergies are only sensitive to a specific protein that's found in the prostate of male dogs. The good news, scientists have created a test to determine if you're sensitive to that protein. If you are, it means you're probably not allergic to female dogs. Researchers also say that when male dogs get neutered at a young age, their prostate gland doesn't fully develop, so they don't produce that protein. A new leash on life for dog-loving allergy sufferers. And that is Connecting the Dots.
Welcome back to DBL. Every killer leaves a trail, but how do you catch a killer who is one step ahead? You know what? You find out by watching NBC's thrilling new series Lincoln Rhyme Hunt for the Bone Collector, inspired by the movie starring Denzel Washington. Earlier, Tori Shulman caught up with Russell Hornsby and Ariel Kebbel in this Chatting with the Stars.
Russell and Ariel, thank you so much for joining us on DBL. Russell, you play Lincoln Rhyme, who is a paralyzed detective and uses the help of Ariel, who is an NYPD officer.
I'm Detective Lincoln Rhyme. I'm going to get you out of this. 3 wires, red, white, and green, connecting the victim to a serious-looking canister.
I love Jeffrey Deaver. I've read his books. I can't wait to see The Bone Collector turn into a series. I'm super excited. I want to know, Russell, you're playing the role played by Denzel Washington in the movie, and Denzel's wife weighed in about you. What did she say?
She just said, we're watching you and we're rooting for you. And, that was just, she gave me a nice thumbs up. I really appreciated that.
You do need to see that and hear that sometimes. Ariel, we heard you're obsessed with the movie. Your dad is a big fan of the book, so you really, really wanted the role. What did you do to get it?
When I opened up the script, it was truly a page turner, and I felt so connected to Amelia and what she was going through and what she had been through with her family and loss and trauma, and I wanted to bring her to life, to show a cop that's human.
Speaking of this, how did you both prepare? Were there police ride-alongs? Did you hang out like having coffee at the cop's room? I don't even know what it's called.
Donuts.
Donuts, yeah. Russell, how did you prepare?
Now that I'm 40 plus, I say a lot of roles have taken me a lifetime to prepare. And what I did, though, I ended up drawing on my college experience in theater school, and basically my knowledge of Shakespeare. And in Shakespeare, it really is about stillness and allowing the words to do all the work for you, and finding a way to give Lincoln a little cerebral swagger.
Yes.
Since he's rolling from the neck down.
Yeah, right. I was going to say, when you don't have the use of the body, words, just like Shakespeare, become so important. I imagine the timing and pacing of every sentence was, I bet, a big deal.
Tone and intonation are everything.
Yeah.
And how do you allow yourself to envelop a word and just, give it color.
Envelop, that's good. I felt that. We all felt that. All right, finally, between the two of you backstage, I got to know who's the good cop and who's the bad cop.
I think we're both good cops.
Are you both good cops?
Yeah, I mean,
with a little bad sense of humor.
little bad jokes, right? Yeah.
Dad humor.
Yeah, we have a great cast. Cast of just
we have
good,
a great
mature
ensemble.
people. Yeah, great ensembles. So I mean, everybody understands what we're here to do, and everybody's coming to have fun and coming to give their level best.
I can't wait to see Lincoln and Amelia in this new version. Thank you, Russell and Ariel. You guys all need to catch the new series Lincoln Rhyme Hunt for the Bone Collector on NBC.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love it. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty Blast. I'm Jeray Banks, or you can find me at Jeray for the Slay on any social media platform. Today, I'm giving you guys a red light beauty tip. These are quick tips to make sure that you can slay in a pinch. So let's go ahead and get right to it. This week's red light beauty tip is buying 2 concealers instead of 1. Now, this is great because you always want to be able to make sure that you're able to touch up on the go. Now, 2 concealers because we want 1 shade brightening our under eye. Typically, you want to lean towards more of a pink undertone concealer or peachy finish for this, or you want a concealer that matches your complexion. These are going to be great for on-the-go touch-ups. Now, a lot of the time, you can buy 2 different ones, or you can buy a single individual concealer pack. My holy grail favorite is the MAC Studio Pro Studio Fix Concealer Palettes. Those guys are going to be able to conceal and correct for an 8-hour finish that lasts through the day. And if you're needing to work makeup more than 8 hours, then come talk to your boy, because we can look into some ingredients, okay? Now, with that being said, you want these 2 different concealers for so many different reasons. Just think about it. After a long day at work, you don't look the same as you did at 8 a.m., honey. So, might as well go ahead and touch up that under eye for a quick happy hour finish, or for a quick look on the go for happy hour. And then another reason, let's just think about it. Allergies are upon us in that sickly time of the year where everyone has a cold, and you're sniffling. Your nose nose is constantly looking kind of red. Therefore, you might as well pick up that concealer that matches your complexion and touch up for your right around your nose. Now, for your under eye, we all have leaky eyes sometimes, so brightening and keeping that brightening concealer is going to be great for on the go once again. Now, if you guys have more beauty questions, make sure you write in at Jeray for the Slay on all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'll meet you there, all right, guys? We'll talk to you next time.
The show must go on, even without a host. For a second straight year, the Oscars will not have a Master of Ceremonies. Last year, Kevin Hart stepped down from the gig after old homophobic tweets of his resurfaced. And for the first time since 1989, the Academy Awards were presented without an MC. Instead, a slew of stars handed out the Oscars, and the viewing audience seemed to appreciate the change. Last year's program attracted nearly 30 million viewers, up 12% from 2018. Still, that's a pittance compared to the most watched Oscars of all time. The Billy Crystal hosted 1998 show captivated the attention of more than 55 million people. As cord cutting, DVRs, and social media drive viewers away from watching the program live, it seems the Academy is willing to make changes to appease its audience. As ABC Entertainment President Carrie Burke put it, quote, "Odds are you'll see us repeating what we consider to be a successful formula, and that's connecting the dots."
Welcome back to DBL. I like that camera movement. Will Smith surprised a receptionist he met 30 years ago at the beginning of his career. Now she's retiring, and he shared the heartwarming reunion on his Instagram. Let's check it out.
You're retiring again?
I'm retiring, sweetheart. Yeah, my God. Will, I met you like 30 years ago when you were at Westwood One. You came in, you were just getting started. And I met you then for the first time. And now to have you back again, it's full circle.
Oh, that warms my heart. That's lovely.
Those are the moments you do it for. Now, like in terms of heartwarming moments, I remember back when I played in the CFL and I scored a touchdown. There's this little kid in the stands, and I go up and I give him this ball, and he's like going crazy. A year or two later, I'm almost depressed up there in Canada, having a bad season because of the concussions. His dad sends me this picture of him sleeping with the ball, and it was autographed and everything. He was like, "I just want you to know my son has slept with this ball almost every day since you gave it to him." And that's just one of those moments where it's like, this is what you do it for. This is what you do it for.
That's so cute.
That
was awesome.
You almost made me cry on Monday. That was a good story. I like that.
Thank you, man.
You and Big Willie. Follow him on Instagram. They're both inspirations.
At Brandon London TV.
Oh, we still got 20 seconds. That would have been a great way to go out.
Yeah.
Are you really about to cry?
I was about to cry.
Jeff does get a bit of mouth.
Dude, that's a good story, man. I like that story.
Thank you, man.
Ever since I have kids, dude, I cry about it. I cry about it. I'm going to tell that story to my kids when I get home. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Be nice to somebody, right? Why not?